Welcome back, viewers and subscribers. It's your girl, Star Flames. If you're new, subscribe, turn on your notification bell, and join the family. In this video, guys, we are going to talk about dancehall artist Vybz Kartel, who has been recently incarcerated, saying that Donald Trump is the man for the job. He is the man that has the best policy for the people. Now, I'm going to share this clip with you guys, and then I'll get back with the rest of my commentary.
Donald Trump has won the American election. What's your reaction to that?
I mean,
is that good news for you?
Yes, he's the right man for the job. I believe so. I mean, I don't do identity politics. So not because you're black, I'm going to vote for you. What is your policy? What are your policies? So for me, I think he's the right man for the job. He deserved it. Big up Mr. Trump. It is what it is. That's why people love him. He doesn't sugar.
So guys, there you have it. Many people will not like to hear these things because they believe that you should base vote on the complexion of your skin. And I couldn't disagree anymore. No one should vote on the complexion of their skin because not everyone black is for their black brothers and black sisters. They may trick you into believing that they are when they're not. And besides, if you're going to say, but what about the immigrants who will be deported? I'll be a hypocrite if I say, you know what, I don't support, immigration policies. I would be an hypocrite because I've seen, us taking in Haitian migrants, when they fled Haiti to come to Jamaica years ago. And we had to reap the bitter rewards of that. They came here and they, formed gangs with the already existing gangs that were here. And I witnessed my co-workers who were able to to just walk freely in their community. They were no longer able to do so. And I could not understand why is it that one particular community got so violent. They normally have their challenges, yes, but things got really out of hand when the lives of babies was being snuck away from them. And upon inquiry, while we were at work, I was told specifically, it is because of the Haitian gun for drugs. It's a major problem. And I don't want that in my country already. We're having so many challenges. No, even though we returned, the Asians to their country, and we have been doing that for the past couple of years, because when I say that we would normally take them in, and you know what? There's so many Haitians living here, even Nigerians, who they come here, they transform their lives, and they make really, really good decisions, and they walk the straight and narrow path. But the thing is, it is not the people who make the good choices that are the problem. It's the minority that makes horrible decisions, the minority that gets involved in crime, drug violence, and all of that. Those people are what makes it, makes it bad for their fellow brothers and sisters. So, I'm not the one to say, I don't support immigration policies and all of that. And if you notice, and I honestly believe that a lot of people are not listening. I believe a lot of people are not listening to Trump. I believe a lot of people are not listening to Kamala Harris, because if people were listening to both parties, I know for a fact that so many people would not be upset. I also know that many people would not have voted equally, but I just know that many people would not be so upset. And a latter part of, the people who are very upset, very angry, is the fact that they're concerned about racism, because we do see it when it comes to Donald Trump and his supporters. No. Many people may say, oh, so you're admitting that Donald Trump is racist. I think that Donald Trump can be at times extremely arrogant. And it's why he uses the phrase such as black jobs in wanting, to support the black community so that he could have, secured those votes. He made an arrogant statement. And I think that is what people love about him. The mere fact that he loves to ruffle feathers, and he's normally unapologetic unapologetic about it. And that's how Jamaicans are. Jamaicans really don't like when you sugarcoat things, and, Jamaicans can actually see right through you. And many Jamaicans believe that Kamala Harris is a hypocrite. I was on the road on the day of the election, and I can tell you, I was having conversations with people. I was, conducting my own little interview. I wanted to show a few people on camera, but they declined because they were like, it's raining, I'm wet, and I'm uncomfortable, and I don't think I'm appropriate to do that. But many people believe that, the people that I've spoken to, the people that I've listened to, many of them believe that Kamala Harris has something to hide. They just don't believe that she is authentic, right? And equally, we have people who believe that Donald Trump doesn't care about the minority. He doesn't care about Black people. And under his ruling, there's going to be a return of slavery. And I'm going to have to say that's just the dumbest thing I've ever heard, because it's not as though, we haven't educated ourselves since the abolition of slavery. I understand that there are racist people, and yes, there will always be racist people. Unfortunately, it is 2024, and we thought that we, had moved on from that. But unfortunately, whenever it comes to Donald Trump's campaign, you see that no, we haven't moved on from that. So I know that racism does exist, and I know that with Donald Trump sitting in that seat, you're going to see more people stepping up. But also, you guys need to remember, this is not the first time Donald Trump is sitting in that chair. And as I've said, we have come a long way. We are smarter. And it's not as though we were even stupid then, So the point is, it is highly impossible for the return of racism. If racism should even start, and yes, I'm aware of those text messages that were sent to Black voters. Yes, some text messages were sent to them with their name and said that they have been chosen to pick cotton, they've been chosen for the plantation, and, with instructions as though it's a real thing, as though they applied for the job, did an interview, and they have been successful. And there are even reporters interviewing these people. So it's not as though I'm making up these things. It is factual. People did get those messages, and the matter is currently being investigated. But the point is, if you look at where we are today as a people, it's going to be something that is almost impossible for them to do. Remember that as a people, we have come a long way, and I know that. Remember this, and I want you guys to always remember this. And this is why I say, people who go around carrying threats, and people who go around and just being scared of other people, the moment that we realize that fear is just, a mindset, then many of us will have less to fear about, because there isn't anything that an individual can do to you that you cannot do to them. Okay. You may choose consciously not to do so, but I've seen, people crying, saying that they're scared they're going to wake up tomorrow morning and, back in slavery. And you have to be honest with yourselves. It really doesn't make any sense, because who's going to force you into slavery? Who's going to get you to do something that you don't want to do, knowing that we have come such a long way and we're now better educated, better equipped, better trained to, protect ourselves. Remember that it's not as though the army is consisting of only white folks. And if you say about police brutality and police does this, remember that there are Black men in the force as well. So the only way that Black people can end up back in slavery, unless we are just dumb and divided like how we are now. And even then, I'm going to say it is definitely impossible, definitely not going to happen. So I think that no one should be concerned about those things. The main thing that you should be concerned about, in my opinion, is those people who are going to use this election as an opportunity to promote racism. But don't think that you're going to have a government that says, you know what? Tomorrow, we're going to put back the Black people in racism. Yes, I'm aware of genocide and all of that, but I'm talking about Americans who are concerned about that. You guys have come too far just to come too far to be talking those nonsense on the internet. I believe that what people should be doing is lobbying together, pooling their efforts together to educate each other. And you need to come up with different representatives in the event that there are any ounce of racism being promoted towards any group, because you cannot just fight against racism for Black people. You have to ensure that you completely stomp it out. So that's just my 2 cents on the whole matter. And I say, if many people had, looked at the policies, many people would not be this upset. But also, many people are upset because we know that there are illegal migrants in the United States, and some people really have nothing to go back to. And I believe that this is where we demand accountability of leaders, demand accountability for the people that have, gone to other people's countries and take away their resources, America included. America owes Haiti a lot. And these are the things I believe that we should focus on, holding people accountable for their actions. And that's just my opinion, and that's where I leave it. I really don't have a political agenda. I'm more of a people person who has the best policy. That is the man for the job, and who is unapologetic in their delivery, I believe. That's just me. That's just my 2 cents, right? And I also believe that with Kamala Harris, we would still have people who have a problem. No matter who wins, there would still be problems and concerns. So I believe that in this case, we should just control the things that we can control, and that is ourselves. And that's all I have to say about that for this video. Let me know your thoughts. Stay safe and see you guys later. Bye, guys.